Hello and good evening. My name is John. We're back with a very terrible person, Arthur Fox, in Little Red Lie. We have to do bad things. Lie about throwing a bag full of glass. I can't leave the window open just to get fresh air in here. It's freezing out there. Lie about ease of departure. She'll want to leave, but if she has to walk, or take the bus, or find her own cab, it'll all seem more like something that it wasn't. Jesus. This adrenaline. I can't believe how sharp it is making me. Yes, I need a town car. Highest end you can send. Yeah, I know what time it is. I can read the effing clock. Can you help me or not? Good. No, the pickup is in for now. I mean, it might be, but it might be later. Just have the car sit there. I don't care. I'll pay for it to idle. I'll effing pay anything. Just do it. That's good. She'll appreciate that. Lie about state of undress. I'll get dressed. It'll be like we were just laying down. There. I practically feel nothing happen myself. Lie about relaxing atmosphere. I'll put on a movie. It'll seem like we were watching a movie. Something funny. Something to laugh at. Something that will lighten the mood. There. This one's a classic. She'll love it. Lie about pressuring to drink. All this effing booze has got to go. But I can't get this thing with her in there. Isn't that much? I can drink it. Alright, the glasses and bottles in the trash can. But how the F do I get out of here? Oh, we're 4 floors up. F it. People throw crap out the window in this crap neighborhood all the time. Who cares? Unsettling darkness. It's so dark in here. It shouldn't feel so sinister. I'll turn this light. Warm up the room a bit. There. Much better. I think I've done all I can do now. Check on her. Lie about general concern. Hey! Is everything alright? ... Let me know if you need anything. I think we both had a bit too much to drink. ... Hello? Fiona, don't get me worried about you. I'm fine. Leave me alone. Hey. You were asking about my kids before. They're great. The teenager is a teenager and the baby is a baby. They're both in pretty predictable phases. Can I go now? I really want to go home. Of course. Sorry, I didn't realize I was keeping you. I thought it might be nice for us to just lay here until we sobered up a bit. I have to go. Right. Well, I didn't know how long it would be until you felt better. So I actually ordered you a car a while ago. It wasn't cheap, but it's waiting downstairs. Fine. Alright, I'm getting up, okay? Fiona, stop asking me that. You're making me feel bad. Sorry. Listen, life is tough. You work hard, you don't complain, you're independent. I admire that. I admire you. Thanks. But life is what you make of it, Fiona. You're a young person with a lot of decisions ahead of you. I know that. I have to go. Alright. Alright. In the Sky. So She Did Sleep with Him by Shara Stone. A dream that comes true is still a dream. But it isn't your life. It's just something that feels like the life you ought to have. And you always run the risk that all it might do is make you think about the way it could have actually been. Still, you should do it. You should let yourself fall into a dream when it crosses path with reality for a moment. For all you know, it's the closest thing you'll ever get. But you can't forget, it can't last. And the moment you find yourself starting to think that it might, you need to wake up. Are you asleep? No. Are you alright? Here we go. You feel guilty. You won't feel better unless I reassure you. Yeah. I can come to the bank on Monday if you want, to sign things. Oh, does the afternoon work for you? I have to help my dad in the morning. It really isn't that urgent. I mean, I trust you. Why would you trust me? What? Please insult my intelligence. Tell me how much you love me. Act like you don't know what this really was. Look, can you do it or not? That's all I'm asking. Huh? Sure. Must have been nice to live down here, right on the water. Please stop pretending to bond with me. I know it doesn't matter to you, and it's over. I had a place downtown for a few years, too. Then 2008 came around. Got laid off with, like, half the people I worked with. Something really changed that year. Something never quite went back the way it used to be. People went cold. They had their guard up. Nobody felt like they knew what was coming next anymore. So it was like the worst that could happen at any moment, and there wouldn't be anything you could do about it. You got let go that year too, right? At least this part has to stop. If he's going to work for us, there's got to be some rules. Why do men think it's impressive way to act? Can you please stop reminding me that you know everything about my past? Sorry. I'm just trying to talk to you. Seems like maybe you didn't want this to happen. Of course I wanted it to happen. I just didn't want to have it happen. Huh. Because last thing I want to be stupid enough to think this is real. If I didn't want it to, I wouldn't have. Why are you talking to me like this? Sarah, I'm not saying this is be unkind, but do you think I'm going to make some kind of tremendous get-rich-quick money off your family? You know, I was nervous when I met you, because I already knew so much about you. I felt like, I don't know, like maybe you had been through a lot of the same things. A lot of us went through the same things. Yeah, but we were different from people around us. Oh yeah? Yeah, because a lot of those other people eventually found their way into something resembling normalcy, one way or another. Yeah. Me? I just kept being screwed up. I wasn't working 8 hours a week because I cared. I was doing it because it was the easy way of pretending to be a human being. I don't know how to be someone in the world. I don't know how to do it if you do it like you're supposed to. I should be getting better at it as time goes on, but most of the time it seems like they're drifting farther away. Maybe it's because I don't know how it all ends, that barring the discovery of edible laser beams, we're more or less effed. I used to work with a bunch of analysts and one of the big banks. Once they realized they were getting laid off, like everyone else, they stopped cooking up BS for investment advisor and started doing doomsday crap. They actually pinpointed the day that individual responsibility became essentially meaningless. It was like 4 years ago. Statistically speaking, there was an actual day where the likelihood of being able to build something without relatives who could boost you, or find a job that wouldn't come out from underneath you, vanished to the point of statistically insignificant. That's about it. It's a sinking tide, and only ultra-rich will survive it. The regular rich are going to be middle class, and the middle class is going to be poor, and the poor are going to be dead. But if you're one of those people, Sarah, who is somewhere in right between, your fate is in quicksand, and if you start trying to escape, you're going to drown. You're going down. But if you batten down the hatches, if you do what most rich people do now when they cry about how many jobs they're creating, which is sit on what you got and wait it out, you might just make it. I'm helping you, Sarah, because you're one of the only people that actually can. All that school, all those years at the bottom, I just wanted to have been for something. I just wanted to do something good for someone, or something, that isn't a piece of crap. I think he's asleep. I should go. Evade intimacy. That candle looks dangerous. Allow pity for foreign investors. No electricity. Zoes said the people who buy these from overseas usually run short on cash, so they stop paying the bills that there's so many places for rent that no one is ever here. Must be tough to buy all this stuff halfway across the world, not even end up with enough money to keep the lights on. Lie about bourgeoisie's jealousy. You can tell they were arranged for the sake of form over function. You don't think anyone born in the past 100 years ought to have a creme brulee torch within reach of all times of cooking. Still, who am I to talk? These people have more things for civilized people to cook with than I ever did, and they aren't even here. It became a joke that every Christmas and birthday, my parents would buy me slow cookers or pots and pans, even though I never asked for them. I always felt they had pity for me in the parental kind of way. Looking at the way this place is now, I feel more like they pitied me as a person. Hurts to think that people who saw me in a better light than anything would look at me and go, Christ, what a pity case. Lie about desire to get dressed. I shouldn't have done this. I don't know what I was thinking. Well, what's done is done. Where's my phone? Lie about conventionist? Same size as the one I had, but obviously a better brand. I'm mildly annoyed that these people copied my layout. It's like they saw it during the showing and said, imagine how amazing this place could be if all the stuff was better. Lie about rage. I was never able to keep this place as clean as people do. I guess it doesn't hurt when you don't even effing live here. 12 years. 12 years I did my best to pay for this place. And then not only do these people come along and pay for it outright, but they turn it into a Terry? Whatever, it's over now. Lie about a reluctance to exhibit bodily function. I'm fine, I don't have to go. It would make a lot of noise. Probably wake him up. And I don't know. Lie about limits of contempt. I don't know why I even thought these people only owned their house and my house. Of course they own a cottage too. The way they smile, it's like they're smiling right at you. Glad I'm not staying. Even in the dark, I can tell I need to do my entire face from scratch. Wait, crap, my phone. Must have left it here right before. Okay, I can go now. I don't want to watch him sleep. Don't stop it. All to do now is get my coat out of the closet. I'm good to go. Lie about what was going to happen. Well, at least we got our coats off. At that point, I guess it still wasn't 100% sure about how far things were going to go. Just carry it out. Quieter that way. No, Sarah. No manic pixie dream girl heroics. Just go. What time is it? 1:59. Crap. The stupid alarm to check on Melissa. Every single night this alarm still goes off, and every single night I still think more and more about turning it off forever. Mom is gone, Dad will be going somewhere that they actually can take care of him. I was really only still watching her because I needed her help looking after them, so I needed to know when she was too screwed up to even be trusted with something simple as that. I don't even need Danny to sell the pills for me anymore. It was all over. I feel bad about it. I feel like, for so long, I had so many obligations and motives to look out for her that it was easy to tell myself that I wanted to do it too. Because I loved her. Because she was my sister. And how could you not love your own sister? You couldn't. But now, staring down at my phone, in the midst of maybe having my own life, it suddenly all felt different. Even when everything was fine, I would usually send her a short text to say hey. She would never text back, but I hoped it may help stabilize her if she was just sitting there. I don't resent her for being so difficult to care about, or for seeming like she cares so little about me. That isn't what the thought of turning off this alarm is about. I just need to get on with it. With living. With getting past the way that all of it was. With accepting that the love that pulls you in can pull you down. There. No more waking up at 2 a.m. in the morning. Who are you kidding, Sarah? Half the time you just force yourself to stay awake for it. Huh? Sarah? That was him. He woke up. How could you not have heard that? You should say at least say goodbye. He's only mumbling. I couldn't even make it out. I should just go. Arthur. Arthur! What? Can everybody please just F off? By Arthur Fox. When most people think of a controlling man in a marriage, they think of the kind of guy who hits his wife for even speaking back to him. Personally, I think these are the weakest and least in control men you can possibly manage. I never hit my wife, and I don't even yell back at her when she yells at me. I don't have to do anything to my wife to prove to her that I am in control. She already knows. I say all this because you're going to see her yell at me a lot, and I don't want you to get in the wrong idea. Dramatic as she seems, she knows exactly where the line is. And God help her, God Almighty help her, if she were to ever cross it, I would throw her out on her effing head. I will pawn all her jewelry at the store in the neighborhood she'd be too afraid to go to. I'd send her children to military school and effing Kamchatka? She would get nothing. You would think these women get everything? Not when you're as rich, vindictive, and proud as I am. I'll hide all my money, gamble whatever I can't get rid of, and put every asset she could possibly want into a shell company located on Standard. She can effing try me. I wish Jesus Christ she would effing try me. Sometimes I raise my voice, just a little bit, and you can see her flinch. She understands, believe me. She understands. And that's how you have a good marriage. A good family. One where everybody knows the truth about where they belong. Arthur, I swear to God, if you aren't ready an hour from now, don't worry so much. You worry too much. Evan L., what time is it? I thought they were coming for dinner. How the F did I even get here? This homing signal of mine scares the crap out of me sometimes. Carry on as if nothing has happened. Crazy night. Crazy night, F. Better eat some coffee and then go upstairs get ready. Between my wife yelling and those effing birds, I can't wait to get in the shower. But if I don't drink that coffee, first and foremost, I will literally die. Lie about remedial effects of coffee. Coffee could use a kick, to tell the truth. Thankfully, the answer isn't far off. Lie about medical properties of booze. Not going to start drinking till later, but nothing helps you get over a rough night than a quick shot of in the old Java. can't get hungover. You're still drunk. Attaboy. Now she's ready to go. Night of the Gods, the only true cure for hangovers, beyond all the hype. Beautiful. Lie about remembering the previous night. Let's see if there's anything about in the news this morning. Always interested in the news. Doesn't seem like there is. You know what they say, no news is good news. Can't drink coffee twice. She's done. Hold me another cup. I'll have to see if Esmeralda is making another pot in the kitchen. Lie about Fox family literacy. Yeah, I read books. We all read books. My wife likes to leave books out when we have company come over, so they know we read books too. Everyone we have over reads books too. We've all read all those books, though, so no one needs to waste time telling each other about them. We'll go in here. Lie about optimal glass arrangement. If I take one, it'll balance the arrangement, and she'll know I took it. Better take two. Jeez, I haven't even eaten since lunch yesterday. The buff stay style, so it isn't like there'd be anything wrong with eating a few things now. Wow. It's my Financial Advisor of the Year award from Financial Advisor of the Year Awards. Look, if we didn't make up our own awards, who the hell else would? And it would be wrong for us to not receive awards. This is our family crest. The symbol represents a bunch of battles our family was in where we kicked the crap out of some French people. Or were they Danish? Anyway, we kicked the crap out of them. Got a lot of pride in where I came from. My wife's BFA in dance from New York. Used to go to those shows. The first time she invited me, I thought it would be some hot stuff. Turns out it's just women jumping around with creepy smiles on their faces. After the first one, I would just say I'd been in the audience. She never called me on it. She didn't want to know. That was when she knew I was the one. Community service. This isn't work for some sort of volunteering thing I did that I was the chair of. I mean, the people I worked the crap out of were volunteers. I got paid, and I got the award. Wait, I may be getting this wrong. Was I the chair or was I just on the board? I can't remember. Whatever. I was on the committee. The committee to make other people do all the work. F it. Why do people volunteer? Oh well. Academic rigor of party school. This is my phys ed degree from Western, the best school in the country. Man, did we ever party. Between fighting and effing, I think I gave out more physical education than I received. Significance of drinking awards. This is the one I'm most proud of. First prize in a Scotch tasting contest. There wasn't a single one that I just nailed a lucky guess on. And there never will be. Bookshelf in the dining room. We have so many books that we had no choice but to install another bookshelf in our dining room. Most people don't have anywhere near as many books. A lot of books, Arthur. Hey, Esmeralda, can you warm me up? Right away, Mr. Fox. Now I'm feeling twice as good. 2 cups of strong black coffee is like twice less the strain. Quick shower will be good as new. Valuable aspect of literature. More books. I like the way the books look on a shelf. They're definitely more than a great background for when you're doing interviews. Shock of time. Holy crap, it's 3 in the afternoon. I can't believe it. I don't remember things getting way out of control. I must have blacked out. Oh my goodness. Oh, this little baby. Nothing can go wrong. And things are quiet. That means he's sleeping. No way in hell I'm going to mess with that. I don't have the energy to talk to my daughter best of times. Right now, that'd be impossible. What's this? Baby monitor. I told my wife we shouldn't use these baby monitor things. The baby's gonna cry. Let him cry. There's a lot more crying where that came from. He grows up thinking everything will get handed to him. Lie about lying down for just a sec. Right. A quick 45-second power nap. As soon as I hit the bed, it felt like crashing in a swimming pool. Then your thoughts started swimming. Who are these people coming tonight? My wife told me weeks ago. Why do I have to live this part of my life at all? I swear, if I could wake up at 7 every night and do nothing but part of my life I enjoy, I would be the happiest man who ever lived. The money even controls me. Oh God, not now. Maybe it isn't my baby. I guess it probably is. Better check. Wait, why am I doing this? Madsen's upstairs doing nothing. Madsen! What? Can you check on your brother, please? Are you literally standing 3 feet from his door? Madsen, get down here. No. Mom says you're supposed to do it. F off. Aw. That's it. We're getting a nanny. The only woman in this house who isn't worthless is the one I have to have on the payroll. Lie about presents at birth of son. This is my son's very first procession. I wasn't at the hospital. I made it for his sister. Enough is enough. So I sent this along. Someday he'll be proud that I gave him the first thing he ever owned. Lie about interest in fatherhood. They always say that even the worst people still love their own kids, and why wouldn't they? As moral shielding goes, you simply can't do better. Conflicted about throwing someone under the bus at work? You got kids to feed. Need to dump a few gallons of toxic waste into an anus of a giraffe? You're doing to put food in the mouths of your children. Don't want to live next door to a halfway house full of unwashed, unskilled petty criminals? Kids. Need a pothole taken care of? Kids on bikes. I think you get it. I look in the eyes of this little guy and it's the only excuse that a man ever really needs. And someday, God willing, he'll have... That's a missing character. He'll have kids of his own do the exact same thing. Well, at least he stopped crying. I'll pick him up, but I don't want him turning into a coward. His sister is weak enough already. Can't even imagine what the generation will be like. I think he fell back to sleep. Crap, they're going to be here any minute. I gotta get in the shower now. I'm going to stand in it and soak my effing head for 20 minutes. What's up top of there? I don't know if I get a mouse curse, but there's something on top of that cabinet. I don't know what that is. Like a mouse? Lie about indifference to wife's appearance. The cabinet's filled with all sorts of face crap my wife uses. I can barely get a toothbrush in edgewise. I don't know why my wife's so obsessed with anti-aging. She looks at least 20 years younger than I do. She's always slathering herself in some stuff, drinking 500 bottles of water. It's never enough. I keep telling her, stop suffering, stuff your mouth full of effing voodoo. What do you care how old you look? I don't. I don't mention the reason I don't care is because I'm sleeping with other women. But why ruin the moment? Don't get me wrong, I'm glad I married a very good-looking woman. They're ready to screw when you're young, and then when they get old, they really can't handle the loss of attention, so their self-esteem gets low enough that you can get away with anything. But the money and the effing creams, I swear to God. Lie about desire to throw up. You know, a lot of people would probably be puking their guts out after that kind of night I had, but not me. I don't get hungover. I smack myself a few times, freshen up, and I'm good to go. Born tough, I guess. Lie about the regenerative properties of hot water. Better get ready. You know, the worst part about getting drunk and doing all the drugs all the time is they aren't even fun anymore. People think other parts of being drunk and our drugs are the worst. Nope. It's the not having any fun. At the same time, I wouldn't want to be associated with something like having a great time with that type of crap I have to do tonight. It's better to have someone else entirely. Better to be someone else entirely. There we go. A little air freshener on the suit never hurts. Lifestyle tricks of the rich and famous. There it is, showtime. Didn't have to jerk off. Hope the wife's ugly. Might be hard for you to believe, but in addition to being amazing and do whatever I want, I also can trade down to being one of the nicest, social, gregarious, and level people you ever met. And as soon as the guests arrive, I'm not drunk and falling over the table as you might expect. When we sit down at dinner, I don't launch into disgusting stories about sexual and inappropriate topics. I know how to talk about boring crap. I know how to be normal. It's important. It matters. You have to take care of people. That way it feels unnatural for them to ever come after you. I mean, you know in your own heart that you should help those crackheads instead, but they can't even host a cocktail hour. And you think, these people, they're corrupt. They're not corrupt. They're people. They have a nice dinner with you and your wife, and all of a sudden the idea of cutting off your head and putting it on a spike at some indeterminate point in the future just seems impolite. People don't lack for moral knowledge. They lack the willingness to undertake an association with a J society that would require them to side with them. Why do you think democracy exists? Because it allows you to think you are doing good at a safe and sanitized distance, after the government is capable of doing anything. That's it. Mr. Fox, we need to speak with you. May we come in? Of course. Thank you. Oh, it's police. This will only take a few minutes, huh? And that was it. My life was over. She had gone to the cops. A stupid, stupid cow. She could have been taken care of for the rest of her life career with me. That would have been meant the rest of her life. But she had to take it personally. She couldn't just keep her mouth shut and say nothing, or understood that, in a way, it's just part of paying your dues. We had a deal. We had a deal, and she knew it. Don't tell me she didn't know anything. Mr. Fox, should be involved in the Do you recall being involved in a motor vehicle accident several months ago at a nearby gentleman's club? Huh. Mr. Fox? Yes. We need to go into details with you again. Is now a good time, or... Arthur, who is this? The door. Good evening, ma'am. I could see in her eyes already. She was more upset about the fact that her precious company would see cops come to our house than she was whatever foolish trouble she imagined I was in. Meanwhile, I couldn't do anything but smile. I mean, a made-up rape charge would be a lot easier to beat than this crap. But I think you never wanted to be unfairly saddled with is a sex crime. It makes people who are beneath you afraid to openly display how much they dislike you. I refuse to live like that. Seems like you have guessed, Mr. Fox. Maybe better if we talked about this back at the station? No, that's fine. Why don't you just step into my office and we can take him. That won't be necessary. Arthur, if you don't leave this house, this instant, you will never walk back in here again. Do you understand me? So I went. Some things aren't worth arguing over. Even the one thing you absolutely never do is go with the police to a police station for discussion crimes you may or may not have committed. At the same time, who was I to care? I felt like the luckiest man in the world. Anyways, I could launch into a rigor of what happened next, the retracted confessions, the suggested evidence, and the rest of it. But why bother? This is why you pay lawyers for when you break the law and have no interest in it applying to you. And why should they complain? They all make money. The doddering old judges, offices full of piles of bureaucracy, couldn't send an email if it wasn't to tell someone they were on fire. The justice system exists for 3 reasons: to bankrupt the foolish, imprison the poor, and enrich the sad little cadre of nerds. But F it. Couldn't live with them, can't live without them. The Difference by Sheriff Stone. If I haven't needed to go to see him all the time as he started getting all of our affairs together, our relationship probably wouldn't have gone anywhere. It probably would have ended after the first night. That doesn't mean I'm not happy that it didn't. I just don't want to make it seem like I had some cosmic connection with him and couldn't resist letting him go. It doesn't mean I don't like him. I like him. In fact, as I walked in, I started to think, I've been here so many times, but I never really felt any good until now. I liked him. I'm glad being a bit late worked. I didn't want to show up first, make him see me waiting for him. I guess I should be overplaying these games by now, though. I know he likes me. I'll stop. Alright, well, Arthur got caught by the police, and now we're going to transition back to Sheriff Stone, but we'll catch back up with her next time. Cheers.